Welcome guys, back to another Minecraft video, and today is the start of a very special video, a video that I've been wanting to record for quite a while now. Today's a special day, because today marks 4 years since I've been playing on this world. There have been times where I've gone quite a while without playing on it. Sometimes, honestly, from summer 2022 to summer 2023, I didn't even play it at all. So, but in the end, it's 4 years old, and I've just, I've never had so much fun playing Minecraft before creating this world. And so I choose to start this video in this house, because this is the house that started it all. So I am in this little crater in the Badlands. I mean, these biomes used to be called a mesa, but so I still sometimes call it that. But this is the house right here. That started it all. And so until recently, I decided to actually name my cities. So this one is called West Baldwin, and I name it Baldwin because, well, I have some science in here. So, as you can see, this is the welcome center of West Baldwin, and here it's just some cool lore. King Baldwin the Fourth in the Crusades. So that's my inspiration for naming this city Baldwin. So this is, you'll see later, the larger city, which is just called Baldwin. Newer part of the Minecraft world, but for now, we'll explore West Baldwin, the old city of this world. So this is my sort of starter house, not too big, nice and simple. And this is the inhabitant of the Welcome Center. This is Gilbert. I don't know how exactly long he's been living here, but for quite a while, that's for sure. So, not much here. Nice little table. I get it, some weird engineering. You have to go outside if you wanted to go to the second floor, but just some beds and Siamese cats. I often forget they're even here. But thankfully in Minecraft you don't need you don't actually have to feed them. So got the giant nether portal that was built a couple years ago. So let's move on to this place. So this was built just a few months after this. So this is built in like late 2021. And this was probably finished by early 2022. So this has been my main base ever since, for almost 4 years now. So very recently I also just gave addresses to some of the houses. So I eventually want to build a giant post office. Well, maybe not giant. I don't know how big. But I eventually want to build a post office. So here we are. 2 sets of doors. A nice open design here. No. Sugar box. Let me get rid of that. Ignore the milk I have. So this is kind of the main storage area. All sorts of stuff. Wood. Stone items. Deep slate, sandstone. Granite. And just some fun, memorable items. Jukebox. Dragon head. Clock. Enchanted. A notch apple. Skeleton head. I don't know. Just random stuff to make it look nice. And so this is, it hasn't changed too much since I built it, but I think soon I want to do some renovations on this place. This is my enchanting room. Lots of books, armor stands. Only recently I put some of the new paintings that were added on into the game. And so, you know, we'll go in the proper way. We'll go back out here. And in here, the nice little table with some nice food. extra storage back here, and finally the stairwell up to my main bed. This has been my bedroom for who knows how long. And then we have a little map. Obviously, it's, I mean, that house right there is pretty much, well, not house, it's a tavern, but we'll get to it later. You can see the two cities. There's some, the map isn't covering most of some of these other buildings I have only recently built. The church, which is unfinished, which I've been working on for almost 2 years now, on and off, whenever I feel like it. I mean, that part, that who knows when that church will ever get done. And then I have a nice big dining table here for, I don't know, large feasts. Maybe one day I'll turn this world into a server, but you get a nice view of the town. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something with this one of these days. I don't know. I don't always have the most time in the world to play this game. And you know, I may never see my ideas come to be completed. One of my favorite parts is a nice big balcony overlooking everything. And just you get a nice view of the whole house here. And so that's pretty much it. So I'm going to try to go in order of everything I've built, but I may fail at that. Some I think I remember, but a good amount I may not. So let's go on to the next place. This sort of Japanese styled house. This has always been one of my favorite builds. So let's have a look inside. We got Carl, we got Jeffrey the pig, Carl the chicken. Let's just go in and sleep in here. I haven't slept in this house in quite a while, so why not? Just so the phantoms, and I don't have to worry about mobs spawning and everything. Not too much, pretty simple. And this is a much older map. Way less buildings. And that's back when this part of the world only had a little automatic sheep farm and just some other food farms, and that's really it. And so you'll soon see how this part has developed over time. It's quite proud of myself. So now we just have a nice little, relatively empty, or pretty much all empty, but you know, with a quartz, it's a nice touch. But I've always liked this house. Always been special to me. So that's pretty much all this. Oh yes. This is my fellow pet sheep, this Jeb. I have a little to-do board. I don't really follow it that much. You know, Cathedral, I've been working on that for almost 2 years. I do need to build some new farms. And an iron farm, it wouldn't hurt. So, I guess the next thing I built, just a little, yeah, I made this sun a very long time ago. This is sort of I guess it's sort of a barn. You got some animals in here. Maybe not a ton. But it looks nice. A nice mixture of stone and some brick up there. Yep, this is, that is my donkey. And here is my disabled horse. I don't know how he's apparently he doesn't suffocate to death. It's quite the miracle that he doesn't. And this is the nice saloon. A nice wood rustic interior. Got some, well, they're just potions, but they look like drinks. And then, I guess I'll show this sort of secret basement. There's not a lot down here. But, a cool cave. Down here I have the slime farm. Bunch of golems, iron golems right there, and the slimes chase them, fall into the abyss. And, I get slime balls, but I don't really use them, so maybe maybe the farm was kind of a waste. This is a creeper farm that, as you can see, helps me get gunpowder. It could have been built in a better location, but it's whatever. It at least gets me a supply of gunpowder to use for my elytra, so it comes in handy, at least. So let's move on to the upstairs of the saloon. So just a nice little bedroom, and then when you come outside, it has a giant balcony that goes around the entire building. And I know this wasn't the, as you can see here, this may have not been the best engineering on my part, but at least it looks nice. So, yeah, that is all of this building. Let's move on. What did I really build next? I'm trying to go in order here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was this. Just, I don't know, I have street names named after our founding fathers. After John Adams. Just a simple netherwort farm, but rather than just building a netherwort farm, I actually make a designated building for it. What I try to do is have buildings that have some sort of purpose rather than just be houses. I mean, some of them are just houses, but some of them are not. Just a barn that's a little it's a little inhumane, but this is ultimately a video game. Just a nice little sugarcane farm in here. Again, making sure my buildings have some sort of a purpose. And then we have a bamboo factory in here. I guess it's an automatic farm. Maybe that's a better way to describe it. Then we have the nether portal. There's really nothing in the nether that I've built, but we'll need to go there. Yes, we'll need to go there temporarily to showcase an upcoming developing project I have in the future. So that's, oh wait. There's one other random house I built. Just kind of, I guess it mostly just takes up space and it looks nice. Looks nice. This one up here. So, nice pink wood interior. A nice bed with some dogs who keep the house company. That's mainly all for this house. Not too much of a purpose, but let's move on. I'd say, how about we check out the animal shelter, or it's mainly just a dog shelter. What was that? I don't know. But here we are. They watch TV. Little space to hang out here, and then a little balcony. I don't know why I made the whole thing pink. It was my executive decision. And so now we'll move on to, well, we got the waterfall here with the axolotl that just squirms around in there. Have this beacon, and this is I don't know, I've kind of worked on this on and off. Right now it's a museum. As you can see, a more rare zombie with full iron. You don't see that every day. These what are they called? Striders. And then I have what is it? A sniffer? Is that what it's called? I think it just lives in there. I don't know. It's not. I haven't paid too much attention to this building that much, but it is quite large. But unfortunately, it's kind of remained empty. This is kind of a lava farm. Easy supply of lava, but unfortunately, other than that, it's pretty much empty on the remaining floors. Because I often forget there is an entire third floor with a pretty large balcony that lead to its own towers, but it's nice to kind of overlook the entire property. So we'll get off here for now. Check out the other side. There's one more floor. Again, this kind of leads to a... Oh, I guess I just forgot about that. I built this thing like, I want to say maybe a little over 2 years ago. And I apparently just forgot about that, so I apologize. So we'll check out the final area. Just in here, nice little glass roof, and then one last larger watchtower that overlooks everything. So it's been a nice addition to it. And so I'll go up here to one of my favorite mountaintops, and we can get one last little overview of West Baldwin. And it hasn't changed much in recent years, as the main city Baldwin has gotten pretty much all the attention in the last couple of years. Just a little foreshadowing to my mega project that I've been working on for a very long time now, and so I guess the last thing to show for West Baldwin, I don't know why there's scaffolding there, is the arch that's eventually leads to the other town. And there's my camel Jimmy, then my white fox. Those are my other pets out of the showcase for now. So let's go through the arch, go through the tunnel to the main city, newer city, but it's grown quite a bit. I'm happy with the progress. So here we are, Baldwin established in 2023. So I'm gonna take a quick break and munch on a ham and provolone cheese slider that I made. Quite delicious. It's definitely good to learn how to cook. But this is probably my most favorite part of the world. It definitely reminds me of a nice European village or town or city or whatever. Sorry, I had to finish chewing. So let's go down this large staircase and the exact same arch on this side. And I have this sign here because in real life there's a church that I drive by frequently that has this saying. And I think it's a nice touch to have here too. So this right here is obviously, if you remember that old map I showed you in the Japanese house, the only thing really out here was one of the automatic farms. I know that it's very annoying. One of those farms that was built in a giant like wheat farm. And that was really it. So this circuit here is named after Alexander Hamilton, another founding father, true patriots. So these, I've been needing to fix them, put more shears, but they automatically give me wool, which is nice and convenient. And this is Rick. I successfully tamed a pillager. Don't ask how. It took a while. Well, since this noise is very annoying, I will leave and try to keep some distance. And so I want to say this is probably the second building house I made here. A very nice open kitchen with some sinks, and we have a little nice wheat farm out here that has come along very nicely. And so let's go up the stairs and check out the second floor. And a nice TV and couch, and I don't know. I guess this room is Los Angeles Lakers themed, I suppose. And here we got the bathroom, toilet. I like all my houses to have bathrooms. I don't know, be more realistic, I guess. Then at the top, a nice bedroom. Nice high ceilings. And that is pretty much all of this house. So let's move on here. Let's go to the green. Well, it's not an actual, greenhouse. It's but rather a house that is green. Nothing too crazy here. Just kind of the same open design layout of the previous house. And then just a nice little living room / bedroom. And a nice view of the city. So that's that. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Probably gained a few pounds, but it's worth it. I like food. So I think the next thing I built was probably these two houses right here. First floors are kind of empty, so I decided to designate this as the welcome center for the main city. And then we have a nice path or staircase to a premium hotel room with a nice large bed. And that's a nice tiled floor. And then I have a little movie theater on the second floor of this building. And so this also with an underneath tunnel, which makes traveling a bit more efficient. So just a nice large screen. I can go up here and pretend that I'm watching something. Who knows? Maybe there's some sort of mod. There probably is that allows me to actually watch TV in Minecraft. But unfortunately, that I do not have that for this video. So next, let's check out this house real quick. There's just another generic house. Nice big living room. Well, it's not really a living room, more of a kitchen and dining room. Bathroom. And then we have a nice deck, which is also connected to this restaurant, which we'll check out in a second here. And let's go up to the giant high ceiling, second floor. Nice bedroom with a little parrot. He enjoys himself. He lives quite. His whole room is to himself, so he lives quite lavishly. So he is quite spoiled. I'll name him eventually. I'll get to it. So now we'll check out the restaurant. Vesuvio Ristorante. Is that Italian? I don't know, but I call it Vesuvio because of I don't know if you've watched The Sopranos, but that is a popular restaurant. It's owned by Tony's high school friend, Artie Bucco. And I don't know, that's the inspiration. So nice, maybe I'll put a chandelier here eventually. Try to build one. Just some nice tables, nice brick. A little kitchen. Then an upstairs with a few more tables. Some indoor plants. Just a nice cozy room. And it also comes with lots of outdoor dining options. Get a nice view of this cave and just a nice view of the church, even though it's unfinished. It may be a while longer until it is finished, but it is progress. And one of these days, it will be done. Don't shoot me, Mr. Skeleton. And also, there's some more outdoor dining options on this side, next to this house. That is that. So now we'll go here. Check out this house. It's also just more of a residential area rather than a place of business. So a little kitchen, table. Tried out using end stone. I often forget it's even in the game. A nice luxurious bed, a television, a TCL. I decided to brand my TVs recently. I just think it's a nice touch. And I also decided to implement more stained glass into my builds rather than just regular glass. I think it's a nice touch. So, not much there. So I think lastly around the circuit here is the apothecary. This is also one of my favorite. It's up there with the Japanese houses. One of my favorite builds. I built this summer 2024, but then this past summer I decided to redo the entire interior. So this is the main apothecary. Get some medicine. Get a dessert. Maybe they don't. Maybe desserts and medicine don't actually go together that well. Sorry, I'm quite hungry, so I'm gonna stop once again and munch on some sliders. They are really good. Really, really tasty. As I was saying, you know, if you eat too many desserts, you'll inevitably need medicine to treat that. So, who knows? Maybe they do go well together. Okay, so now let's check out the second floor. Every floor kind of has its own distinct look, which I like. So just a simple bathroom. This is a real. Sorry about the sign. I try not to be too vulgar, but come on, I thought it was funny. You know, it's funny. Please laugh. You get a nice view while you're doing your business. You are getting a lovely view every time you turn your head. So you're having quite the luxurious experience when you're in here. So. Alright, so now here's a simple hallway to the doctor. So the office in here, all of them are pretty much the same. You know, somewhere to lay down and, I don't know, a friend, spouse, or companion to join you. And just wait, I suppose. And middle one's a bit bigger. I suppose it can be for more serious illnesses. Yeah, well, mainly due to engineering reasons. That's why that one had to be a bit bigger. And this one's the same size as the first one. So 3 doctors' offices, and then this up here is these last 2 floors are kind of the residential area. So kitchen, bed up here also has a distinct look from the first 2 floors, and finally. It's more of an attic, but finally a living room with a wonderful Samsung TV. You get a nice view. It's still empty over there, but with more time, it will get better. So this is one of my favorite places, especially this first floor. I especially put my heart into this one. So now that's kind of the circuit here. So now let's check out let's go over here first. So we'll check out the church, even though it's unfinished. We'll check it out in a second. And stupid Endermen like that they're the ones who just randomly place blocks everywhere. I find it to be quite a large annoyance. So this is kind of a mining operation facility. I eventually want to build like some sort of a mine shaft, or at least make it appear that way. Well, I guess I have something kind of cool, just an entirely man-made cave. I think it's worth showing off. Just a shop. I suppose you can buy the stuff in the chest, and then just sort of mining barracks, just so employees can take a nap or something. Take a nap, use the restroom, take a shower. pretty simple and self-explanatory. And so I'll show you my man-made cave. There's not a lot, but it'll just put into context just how much digging I do. Like all this right here, all of that down there, and then there's even more. Yeah, all this is man-made. Like all that over there, that down there. It just goes on for quite a while. And as more time passes, it will only get larger. I have such the high demand for stone. Most of it's been used to build the church, because that requires a crazy amount. I don't want to know how many thousands of blocks I've used. And it's only going to need thousands more to actually finish. Okay, so you saw that. So now, I think we'll check out some of the buildings over here. And then I'll finally show you the church. And then some of those buildings. And then finally the future city I have in the works. So let's check out the tavern. The upstairs still needs some more interior work done. But for the most part, it is complete. So I also make another Sopranos reference as Chris's girlfriend who he never married, Adriana. She opened a tavern in the later seasons of The Sopranos. And so this is sort of, this is it, a nice bar area, sort of a DJ area to play some tunes, plenty of seating, a giant dance room to have fun, but you can't really dance in Minecraft other than jump. I'm dancing. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Kidding me. No. Sorry about that. I did not, I should not have done that. My apologies. Stupid sticky keys. I don't know. For the men, for the ladies to do their business. And then we have a nice conversation pit. Lounge and enjoy yourself. And I don't know, have a drink of potion because alcohol is not in Minecraft. Little stairwell with a new design. This is the unfinished parts. For instance, this kitchen. There's still nothing in there yet. It's empty. It'll get done eventually. But this room, the VIP bar, is the finished part. It's nice and cozy. Cool TV. Another bar. I had fun making this. Sorry. Need to eat more sliders, but this is more, I guess, more traditional Minecraft blocks are used. And another unfinished part is the office of the tavern. So that is mainly it for this room. I mean, not this room, the tavern as a whole. So that is it for that. So now let's move on over here. You know, nice. Here we have the farm again, and this is, I guess it's sort of I don't know, a meeting room. You know, you got a bunch of tables and then a nice couch with a fireplace. This is also up there, you know, Japanese house, the apothecary, then the meeting building. Probably they're all up there. I mean, I like all my builds, but I definitely like some more than others, and this is definitely one of my favorites. A massive table. I don't know, it's just such a nice view with a fireplace in the background. So that is it for this place. And now we'll go to the front door. So recently I like to like to document progress. Kind of bearing out here right now. So this is the front door of the Panda Sanctuary. So pandas, they just eat and not much else. So just this is one place you can take a good look at them, and this is another. So I have some quick facts about pandas. They eat roughly 40 pounds of bamboo per day. They can weigh up to 350 pounds, 4 to 5 feet long. Most common in southwest China, and they have 6 fingers. So I guess you learned some new things today, if you did not know that already. A nice large open bathroom, also with a really good view, just like the apothecary. And then upstairs, you finally have the residential area. Nice table, couch, and Vizio television set. And, you know, the nice green stained glass. Just me implementing stained glass in more of my builds. And this time, we have another door here. Stupid Enderman. I did not put that there myself. And this is sort of a back door. It's out to the field. And this, I decided to dig it up and, I didn't really do anything with it, but I will at some point in time. So now, let's check out the cathedral or church or whatever that I've been working on for so very long. It's not very wide, but it is very long. So this is the front. All this will probably be filled with stained glass at a later date. So then entrance here, you can just see how long it goes, how tall it is. So it takes forever to get. I've been working on some of the roof finally. These prismarine blocks can be a bit of a pain to get because you have to go to those ocean monuments and deal with those stupid guardians and whatnot. So you got the side entrances. And let's go all the way to the back. It just so much work has been put into this. And there's still quite a bit to do, but I'm quite pleased with my progress as of today. A lot of times I'll go months on end without working on it because of how daunting a task it is. Just realizing how much more is needed to finish, it makes motivation very difficult. I'll show you the other side real quick, just so you can see it. I'll show you those other 3 buildings over there, and then the new city. I decided to call it Mingo because I listened to a really interesting podcast about Mingo County, West Virginia, and the coal miners over there. And there's basically pretty much an armed conflict. I mean, the U.S. Army had to be called in August of 1921. The March to Mingo to avenge Sid Hatfield, I believe that's his name, who kind of really encouraged the coal miners to demand what's better for them. So that's why it's a cave city, for some foreshadowing. A cave city. I built a little house there, but that's all that's there right now. But I think you'll be quite impressed when you see it. So this is sort of the back end of the church. It looks nice. Generated village. Yeah, that's about all that's here. So now let's check out some. Let's go over here. Show you the last remaining buildings of the city of Baldwin. This will eventually be connected. It does seem a bit isolated, but as more stuff gets built, it'll feel like one large city. So this is, I built this house for my fiance last summer. Just a nice, cute little kitchen, house plants. And then she has her very own tub and bathroom in here. And then we go all the way up here, the second floor, a cat and a dog, a Samsung TV. And just like the tavern, it has a conversation pit, which is, I find to be a nice touch. You know, it's just a nice cozy room overall. And then we have the attic. And I left this nice message for her. Well, okay, I'm doxxed. Everyone knows my name now. That's great. Whatever. Okay, am I even getting enough? I have 6 subscribers. I'm never gonna get. I don't plan on getting famous. I'm mostly making YouTube videos just for fun. So whatever. And then we have the nice aquarium. So lovely. All the fish decide to just, or most of them at least, decide to cram themselves together. But the aquarium's a nice touch. And just a nice bed up there. A bed, a little workstation, and an overall nice house. That is that. Now we'll go to another one of my absolute favorite builds. Built this just a few months ago. This is the greenhouse dome. The custom tree I built inside of it. It's just so full of life. You know, all the leaves, particles, the animals, the pumpkins, the flowers, the crops. I mean, it's just, I don't know, just a nice warm feeling every time I walk in here. You got some bees as well. But I intentionally made it so you have to do some parkour if you want to get to the top. I mean, sure, it's relatively simple parkour, but... Oh, that was a bee. It is not real life. It cannot hurt me. And now we are here. Now we have a little balcony that overlooks the custom tree, and you can see the rest of the dome. And also get a really nice view of the rest of the city. So, just a nice place to be. And yeah, actually use the elytra to get back down. Lots of parrots. And now I'll show you some of the outside of it. Because it also looks very nice on the outside as well. Just one of my favorite places. Really happy with the way it turned out. Well, I guess in this video I accidentally doxed myself, but with 6 subscribers, I don't know, if the feds wanted to find out who I was, they could easily do it. And so this project right here, my barn, was pretty much the first thing when I made this YouTube account about 2 months ago. This is all I recorded. Just so much of this construction. But there's just a horse in it. I'll eventually get to populating it at a later date. So they get a little balcony with hay storage. And then and even more hay storage up here. But as you can see, it's quite the high ceiling. Quite a lot here. And so yeah, that is pretty much the city of Baldwin. There's just so much work that needs to be done. It's not even funny. Maybe once this world's like 10 years old, maybe all of this will be filled out with buildings. The church will be long finished by then. You know, I want to build a castle up there. Some sort of capitol building, a library, a post office, maybe a school. I don't know, but that is the majority of this city. So what I like to do, how about let's go up on this mountain over here, And so that way, you can get a really nice view of the whole place. So maybe just right here. I always like going here and just... Well, let me turn up my render distance, actually. How do I do that? Apply. My PC is going to get even louder. That's your mob. As you can see, just a large view of everything. That's a spider. I'm not going to fight you. I don't feel like it. It's come a long way. But still, lots and lots and lots to do. You really can just accomplish so much when you commit to just one world. Just a nice overview of it all. Ah, wonderful. Okay, so I pretty much just have one more area to show you, but it's going to take a little bit of time to get there, so just you're going to have to be patient for a bit. But hopefully if you're watching this, you have somewhat a little bit of, use a little bit of patience. I still just haven't been able to find some sort of good editing software. Microsoft has its own called Clipchamp, and it's just absolutely awful. Windows really has just gone downhill. I'm considering just switching to Linux entirely. I want to get some new computer parts, like a new SSD, and maybe if I get that, I'll try out Linux, because I'm pretty sure it's still compatible with Minecraft. That's the main downside of Linux. Compatibility with other software platforms. So it's a bit of a walk, a run. I'll get better eventually at making higher quality videos. But with school going on, that can be a bit difficult at times. I know shortly after this video, I'll need to work on my paper again, finish up my slide presentation. Well, I'm done with that. I just need to record a quick video of me doing my slides, but that's not going to YouTube. I'd rather not have that go to YouTube at all. Yeah, almost there. Getting close. I think this is the first portal. Well, I guess this is one area I can show you guys, actually. I forgot this area even exists, but it's just a little outpost. So here we just have the elephant upstairs is having a fun time again, but I'm pretty positive you can't hear him. Got some bees, just a nice view. And all we really have is just a tiny little just little parrots. He lives in solitude. So that's all this house. I think my frame rate's kind of going down, so let me lower this a little bit. Yeah, the elephant upstairs is deciding to rearrange his room once again. I mean, it breaks over, so of course you gotta do it again, I guess. Okay, so now, I guess I forgot about that outpost, and so now I will show you the last area and then wrap up this video. And I'm sure there's plenty of... I'm not sure, I'm guaranteeing it that there are people with... They've had worlds for 4 years like I have, but they probably have way more stuff. But I'm not a full-time content creator, so I don't have the time. But with the time I do have, I can say I've definitely I've made some projects that I'm quite pleased with. I'm wearing noise-canceling headphones, and I can still hear the upstairs quite frequently. Pretty clearly, too. And I don't know, just people so inconsiderate of others. Alright, so I'll also have this video uploaded tonight on the 30th. because it is the 4-year anniversary, obviously. I'd hate to wait till the 1st of the month. So here we are. This is Mingo, the cave city. It's quite empty, so it's not really a city. It's just an outpost right now, but I hope for it to turn into a city. And yes, I know there are diamonds here. I've found so many diamonds that I've decided to simply use them for decoration. Just because it looks nice. The giant lava lake. I can just build some crazy stuff out here. I mean, this house right here is pretty simple. Just a nice starter base out here. But if you keep going up there, there's more and more stuff. I had to make all these torches and essentially conquer this cave, which I successfully have for the most part. So still kind of empty in here. 2 separate rooms. A dog to keep me company who lives in solitude. And a nice little deck. And that's pretty much it. That's what I've done, and this is what I've been doing for the past 4 months. And it's been fun, and I hope to play on this world for a very, very, very long time. So just the trial chambers in there. Took out some of the copper. Then I just made a quick staircase to the top. I thought I was seeing something up there. Oh, there is something up there. It's not just me. What are you doing? Come on, just die already. How did you get up here? I don't know. And then a ladder up to the surface, but I mean, there's nothing. I said to trap these chickens because I don't know. It's kind of cruel of me. But yeah, that is it. So, if you stuck to the end, thanks for watching, and hopefully this world just keeps getting bigger and bigger with more awesome projects. So, thanks for watching. See you later. Peace out.